They say attraction isn't about looks, it's about energy. Ever noticed how some men don't have movie star faces, fancy cars, or big muscles, yet women can't stop thinking about them? That's not luck. That's psychology. Because the truth is, women are instinctively drawn to men who follow certain subconscious rules, rules that trigger deep attraction without even trying. So today, let's break down 12 psychological rules that make you absolutely irresistible to women. Rule 1. Be calm, not eager. Most men believe that attraction is something you earn through constant effort. Texting quickly, complimenting often, and trying hard to impress. But psychology says the opposite. True attraction isn't created by chasing. It's created by presence. When you're calm and composed, you communicate something powerful without saying a word. You're not desperate for approval. Your stillness becomes your strength. Women are biologically drawn to men who make them feel safe, not through words, but through energy. An energy that says, "I've got this." When you move slowly, speak with intention, and allow silence to breathe between your words, it shows self-control and emotional stability. Those subtle pauses aren't awkward, they're magnetic. They make her lean in, curious and intrigued. Because real confidence doesn't need to shout or seek validation, it simply exists, quietly commanding attention. The man who doesn't rush, who remains grounded no matter what, creates a sense of mystery and trust. That's the kind of energy that makes a woman feel calm, yet captivated at the same time. So remember, confidence isn't about doing more. It's about being sure enough to do less, and letting your composure speak for you. Rule 2. Don't reveal everything too soon. Mystery is one of the most powerful forces in attraction. It pulls people in without effort. When you reveal everything about yourself too soon, you remove the very thing that makes you interesting. Curiosity. Psychology calls this the curiosity gap, the space between what someone knows and what they want to know. That gap creates tension, excitement, and emotional pull. So instead of explaining every detail about your life, drop hints. Share just enough to spark her imagination, not satisfy it. Let her wonder where you've been, what you're thinking, or what kind of man you really are beneath the surface. That sense of mystery keeps her mentally engaged even when you're not around. Remember, curiosity fuels attraction. The less predictable you are, the more magnetic you become. Leave room for her to discover you slowly, piece by piece, and she'll never stop wanting more. Rule 3. Maintain emotional control. She's not just listening to your words. She's observing your energy when things don't go your way. Moments of pressure reveal more about you than any story or compliment ever could. When you react with anger, defensiveness, or frustration, it sends a silent message that you can't regulate your emotions, and that makes her feel uneasy. But when you stay calm, grounded, maybe even smile through the chaos, it tells her something deeper. You're in control. Psychology calls this emotional stability, the ability to stay centered no matter what happens around you. It's one of the most attractive qualities in a man because it radiates strength, safety, and self-mastery. Women are instinctively drawn to men who can handle pressure without losing themselves. So next time things get tense, breathe, relax, and lead with composure, because your calmness speaks louder than any words ever could. Rule 4. Use the power of scarcity. When you give your time and attention to everyone without boundaries, it starts to lose its impact. But when you become selective, when your attention feels earned, not handed out, it suddenly becomes magnetic. This is what psychology calls the scarcity principle. People desire what feels rare and valuable. Women are instinctively drawn to men whose time isn't easily accessible because it signals confidence, purpose, and self-respect. You're not withholding affection, you're showing that your energy is meaningful. When you have your own life, goals, and passions, you project independence, not neediness. And that independence is irresistibly attractive. She starts to wonder what makes your world so fulfilling, and she'll want to be part of it. The truth is, value isn't proven by chasing. It's created by prioritizing yourself first. Your time becomes gold when not everyone can have it. Rule 5. Be present, not distracted. Most men listen to reply, not to understand. But when you truly listen, everything changes. Maintain soft eye contact, stay quiet, and let her words breathe. Don't think about your next line or how to impress her, just be there. Psychology calls this attentive presence, a state where your full attention makes the other person feel emotionally safe and deeply valued. Women can sense this energy instantly. It's rare, grounding, and magnetic. When she realizes you're not just hearing her, but actually feeling her words, something inside her shifts. Her guard lowers. Her trust grows. And that emotional connection, not clever jokes or fancy compliments, becomes the real spark of attraction. Because in a world full of noise, the man who listens stands out effortlessly. Silence, paired with true attention, speaks louder than 1,000 smooth lines ever could. Rule 6. Speak with purpose. Your words are a reflection of your mind, and women can feel their energy instantly when you ramble, over-explain, or fill the silence with, you know, or maybe. It subconsciously signals hesitation, but when you pause, think, and speak with calm precision, you project strength. Every word carries weight because it's intentional. Psychology calls this verbal dominance, not dominance through arrogance, but through clarity and confidence. It's the quiet certainty that says, I know who I am. You don't need to talk fast or loud. Your tone does the work for you. Each pause builds presence. Each sentence anchors authority. And when a woman hears that steadiness in your voice, she feels it not just in her ears, but emotionally. In a world where everyone's trying to prove something, the man who speaks with direction doesn't chase attention, he naturally commands it. Rule 7. Display micro-confidence. Confidence isn't shouted, it's quietly felt. It's in the way you walk into a room with calm assurance, the unhurried glance that meets hers, the effortless smile that says you're comfortable in your own skin. Women don't need words to sense it. They read micro-behaviors, posture, pace, presence. When you move with ease while others rush, you stand out without trying. Psychology shows that subtle body language speaks louder than grand gestures. So, relax your shoulders, breathe slowly, and own your space. True confidence isn't about proving your worth. It's about knowing you already have it. Rule 8. Be unpredictable in the right way. If she knows exactly what you'll say or do next, the mystery dies, and so does attraction. Psychology calls this intermittent reinforcement, the same principle that makes surprises addictive. A little unpredictability keeps emotions alive. Text her when she least expects it. Change your tone from deep to playful. Keep her guessing in small, exciting ways. It's not about playing games, it's about staying dynamic. Predictability breeds comfort, but unpredictability creates chemistry. When she never quite knows what's coming next, she stays intrigued, and that curiosity keeps her emotionally invested in you. Rule 9. Respect her space. Here's the paradox: the harder you try to close the gap, the more she steps back. But when you give her space to breathe, to wonder, to miss you, she moves closer on her own. Psychology calls this the pursuer-distancer dynamic, the natural dance of attraction where distance fuels desire. When you stop chasing, your absence becomes magnetic. She starts to feel your presence in silence, your energy in the spaces between texts. Real connection isn't forced, it's created through balance. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to step back. Rule 10. Own your energy. Energy speaks before words ever do. When you walk into a room filled with anxiety or self-doubt, she senses it instantly, her intuition catches it before your mouth even opens. But when you move with calm confidence, steady eyes, and grounded purpose, she feels drawn without understanding why. Psychology calls this emotional contagion, the silent transfer of energy that shapes how people feel around you. Your vibe sets the tone, so instead of matching her energy, lead with yours. Center yourself, breathe deeply, and walk in knowing who you are. Confidence isn't shown, it's felt. Rule 11. Lead without controlling. True leadership isn't about control, it's about calm direction. When you take initiative, make decisions confidently, and guide situations without forcing them, it sends a powerful message: you can handle life. Women instinctively feel drawn to that energy, not because it's dominant, but because it's dependable. Saying things like, "Let's try this place," or "I've got it handled," reflects quiet authority, not arrogance. Psychology shows that stability signals safety, and safety fuels attraction. A man who leads with composure, not ego, becomes magnetic because his confidence doesn't need to be proven. It's simply felt. Rule 12. Know your value. The final rule is the foundation of true attraction: know your worth. Psychology calls this self-validation, the ability to recognize your own value without needing approval from anyone. When you no longer chase attention to feel seen, you naturally become magnetic. Your calm confidence speaks louder than any words. It shows in the way you walk, the way you speak, even in your silence. Women are drawn to men who already feel whole because that energy says, "I choose you, but I don't need you." And that quiet self-assurance is what makes you truly irresistible. So remember, this being irresistible isn't about having the best looks, the most money, or the perfect lines. It's about energy, confidence, and presence. A man who knows himself doesn't beg to be seen, he's naturally noticed. Follow these 12 psychological rules, and you won't have to chase women. They'll feel drawn to you without even understanding why.